Hey traders, this is Taylor with Top Pick Trading. I want to see if we can get a lower high here. You can see we had this green downtrend that has not gotten a new low yet. We had this golden uptrend that actually didn't retest at all, but the main trend has been down, and now we've got this recent blue downtrend. The second entry formed very congested and too low, and with a bad signal bar as well. But there's also this little range working here. You see that big bearish bar we just got. So if this can trade up into the EMA and into that little resistance level, it could kind of give us like a triple test and a lower high. Expecting a new low on the on the green downtrend as well as the blue downtrend. So let's see if we can get a nice bar here. Setup bar is decent, pushed right into that EMA, backed off a little bit, but that's okay. Still closed below it and also below the resistance level. So if we can get a nice bearish bar here, I can consider it. It is a little bit congested, but I think that the overall context is strong enough to push us through that congestion if we get a good bar. We are pushing above now, so if we can reverse strongly, this bar could look pretty nice. And it is pushing below now. You can see that bearish bar didn't get any follow through before, so it's not too surprising with that congestion there, but no wick on that bar either, so it didn't necessarily show that much of a change in momentum, just a clear drop. So, but now that we're pushing back up into this resistance level, and there's a little bit of space now between the majority of that congestion to the left, a good bar here at the EMA could also be pretty nice. This may be two inside bars in a row, but at least it's with the trend. Alright, we got a nice wick. Let's see if we can get a good bearish body as well. And we do have a good bearish body now. Let's see if we can close near its low. Actually, we'll take this engulfing if we can tick below. We don't tick below, but the stop will be in the same spot, so I'll leave my order there. Closes one tick off its low, so that's pretty nice. It is closing near this previous little congestion support area, but I think the overall context is strong enough here. It's a big risk as well, but it's showing a lot of momentum in that signal bar in my opinion. And I really think we're going to make a new low on this downtrend. This may be a little bit of an aggressive target, but I'm going to try to get out on the low of this bluish downtrend. You can see that signal bar's got a really nice wick and body ratio there, showing prices traded all the way up into that resistance level, and then within that same 2,000 ticks turned all the way down, pretty much all the way through our setup bar, and closed right on that low, or near that low. It's not taking off, getting caught up in some of that previous support congestion area. Not too surprising, but like I said, I think the signal bar is strong enough, along with the context, to eventually work through that congestion. ATR at the moment, it's been lower today, but it's a little bit higher at the moment. The bars have gotten a little bit bigger, and there's a little bit more speed than there has been the last couple months. It's starting to speed up a little bit. Well, some of the days are still pretty slow, but today has had a little bit more speed and volatility, I should say. and I'm looking over at Marco's chart in Discord at the moment, and he took this as well. His bar formed a little bit higher. It still looks really good, but he was able to enter a couple ticks higher than me, so he has a little bit less risk. I still think that mine's pretty good too, though. Yeah, our entry bar closed. Slightly bullish, which isn't good. You want to see immediate follow through, but like I mentioned, not all that surprising since we traded into this little bit congested area, a little bit of a congested area. Here we go, starting to trade a little bit down. And if this bar doesn't finish all that bearish, then it's going to start looking a little congested. I'll probably hold it. But I do want to see some follow through on this bar at least. You can see it's another spot that it's sort of bouncing at are those closes from yesterday. Let's see, the brown bar is it's part of Mack's BP Max indicator. For me, I've made the colors. Let's see, I think brown is the ES close at 5 p.m. Eastern. The red is the ES close at 4 p.m. Eastern. Or I'm sorry, not the New York Stock Exchange close at 4 p.m. Eastern. And the yellow that you can't see right here is the open at 9:30 for the New York Stock Exchange. And those are very minor entry points, but you'll see, especially on range days when there's not much of a bias, you will see some bounces at those levels. Orders will stack up at those levels for the open and close. I wouldn't use that to keep you out of a trade, or I wouldn't use that alone to keep you in a trade or make you take a trade, but it's good to keep those in mind, and I think Mack has mentioned that as well. And had the wrong ATM, so the runner triggered there, but we move it back, and there we go. We do get the scalp, 12 ticks, maybe a little aggressive, but I felt like we'd make a new low on that downtrend. And I may cut the audio here for the runner. It looks like it's reversing a little bit, so let's see how this bar finishes before I cut it. And it's turning around. Looks like may have gotten a little bit lucky if this completely reverses, because it got one tick past that low. And it finishes on its high, so it looks like our runner's probably going to get hit. If this does reverse, I'll count my 4-leaf clovers for the day. And there we go. Our runner does get hit. But we got the full 12 ticks on the scalp. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Triple test, lower high, with several retests of downtrends expected. Thanks, guys, and have a great one.